Hello, my name is Peggy Adams, President of the League of Women Voters Flint area. With partners Communities First and Flint Beat, we share a purpose to engage, empower, and educate local voters. We're happy to bring you a virtual community forum today to help you decide which candidate for Genesee County Commissioner in your district will get your vote. The Board of Commissioners makes important decisions about how your tax dollars are spent, so knowing about your candidate is important. All candidates for these offices were contacted. Some candidates chose not to participate for a variety of reasons. We hope you'll listen carefully to those who have and check vote411.org to see if there is a written response from the others. All were informed that they would need to comply with certain rules, such as refraining from comments on other persons and only taking this opportunity to tell voters about their own qualifications, priorities, and outlook. All candidates were asked the same questions and all had the same time to answer. Thank you, and we look forward to an informative discussion.
Well, welcome, Mr. Nolden, for our commission questionnaire for your district. We're going to begin with you explaining to the voters what your background experiences that you have had that have prepared you for this office.
Well, thank you for having me, and I really appreciate taking this opportunity just to talk a little bit about myself. Born and raised here in the city of Flint, taught in the Flint Public Schools for about 22 and a half years, about 5 years, and I actually retired in 2014. I was a Flint City Council person for 5.5 years, and in 2014, I actually ran for the Office of County Commission, and I won. I started this position in 2015. So this is my fourth term on the County Board of Commissioners. I sat on a number of boards, and I'm just a really community-oriented person. So I really feel like that's one of the reasons, one of the strong reasons why I do well as a county commissioner, and I'm really looking forward to being able to continue to serve in this capacity in the next term, should the voters decide to vote for me.
Great. Can you share with the voters what priorities you have in your role as a commissioner for the coming term?
Well, to be fiscally responsible, to make sure that our tax dollars are being spent in the proper fashion, to make sure that I'm listening to the constituents and being a good steward of the resources that we have here, because we know that we don't have the tax base that we once had, and we have some challenges here at the county. And I just want to make sure that I'm being extremely careful with how those resources are being allocated and how they're being spent. But we want to make sure that we're taking care of the business of the residents of Genesee County and the First District.
Okay. So in our Vote 411 questionnaire, which these are flowing through, we have diverse constituents throughout the county. In your district, how would you respond to constituent concerns? Listening to them, responding to them?
One thing that I've always prided myself on, I'm very transparent in terms of giving out my phone number, so people can actually call me. I try to return every phone call within a 24-hour time period. Sometimes I don't always get a chance to do that, but I'm really pride myself on making sure that I'm accessible to be able to answer any questions or concerns that my constituents may have. And I've been that way since I was on the Flint City Council, and I've been that way since I've been here at the county. So just being extremely open and transparent and being accessible to the residents is one thing that I really pride myself on. And being in the new district that I'm in now, I want to make sure that I reach out to the new areas that I'm going to have with this new district. I've already started going to some of the block clubs and familiarizing myself with some of their concerns and some of the issues that they're facing, and just trying to be a good steward and being a good listener to be able to make the right informed decisions.
According to the U.S. Census, Genesee County's population declined between 2010 and 2020 by 4.6%. So what policies, programs, initiatives might you pursue or encourage the county to pursue to help grow the county into the future?
Well, definitely economic development is key. To be able to be a sustainable community, you got to have the resources and the different things here to be able to attract good talent. And one of the things that I've been a strong advocate for is, we can't let a lot of our young talent that's in the universities and colleges right here in this community get away. You got to have things for them to be able to participate in and want to stay in the community, because what we're going to end up having is a brain drain. And I think that one of the key aspects to making sure that we don't do that is having some programs, some entertainment, some recreational opportunities, a number of things to be able to keep those young folks that are coming here for college to stay in the community once they finish and use their time and talents to make this community better. And I think that is something that is very, very important in order to be able to start to grow the community and bring people back to the area. Because yes, we've had a large population shift, people moving out of the area, but we have to make sure that we have some things here that will be exciting for them to want to stay, and also to bring back some of the folks that have left to have resources and things in place that will make them want to return to this area.
Okay. And so in the last question, you kind of hinted toward this one here, but your next question is, what do you see as the role of county government, if any, in partnering with cities, villages, and townships across the county?
I think that is extremely important because the county government is only as strong as the townships and cities that we all support, because we're all one. If one is struggling, then all of us are going to be struggling. So I think it's extremely important to have those conversations and those relationships to be able to help in any which way we can. One of the things that I'm extremely proud of is with the ARPA dollars that we received, we've been able to partner with different municipalities to help them with projects and other infrastructure activities that they wanted. One that I can really think of is the one with Mundy Township and Finn Township. It's a water line expansion that's going to actually help that particular area of the county where they were having some issues with. And I think that, being able to bring those resources and being able to help those smaller cities and townships is extremely important for us to be able to grow. We can't grow unless we all work together. And I think if we're working together, we're going to be sustainable and we're going to be very successful.
Okay, and then your last question is, why do you want to be a county commissioner?
Well, I love working with people, and I've always based everything I do on service to others, being able to give my time and my talents to be able to be an advocate for those that might be voiceless or might not have the ability to be able to speak up. And I think that's one of the things that I've always prided myself on, and one thing that makes me pretty successful in this capacity. I tell people all the time, I'm not what you call a traditional politician. I'm more of a community organizer or community person. And I just try to advocate for the community in which I serve to make sure that the needed resources and opportunities are there for them. I tell people all the time, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. And I think that that's something that is extremely true in this time, because, we have certain areas of the county, especially in the area that I represent, which has to do with the city of Flint, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 7th Ward. A lot of times, a lot of the resources that are afforded in other areas are not afforded in some of those wards that I just mentioned. So being able to be an advocate to make sure that those needed resources are there is what I've always prided myself on. I think that's what makes me a strong advocate and the right person for this position.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for your time, taking the time today to meet with us, Mr. Nolden. I also want to remind the voters that you do have a competition for this race with Mr. Stephen Cusino. Mr. Cusino had been contacted or reached out to numerous times, but we were not able to connect with him. So I want to remind voters that there is competition for this race, and to please be as educated and responsible as you can with your vote.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thanks very much.
Yeah,
Take care.
Okay, take care.